Welcome
to Shamba Shape Up.
We have traveled all over East Africa to find hard-working farmers.
We want to celebrate them while giving them the knowledge they need,
so they can adapt and make their farms more productive even while the climate changes.
We want to support them to get better yields and increase their income.
We will see how farmers can benefit from our experts' advice
while learning from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experiences
on the Shamba Shape Up Safari.
Welcome to Shamba Shape Up.
Today we're in Machakos County, and given the climatic change, farmers are forced to adjust their working hours.
And that's why we are up and about very early in the morning.
They're forced to wake up early to avoid the scorching heat.
So let's get to work before the heat gets to us. Let's go, Caro. And here they are, the two sisters who share more than just blood. They are best friends and they have invested in agribusiness together.
Yes, Tony. They left formal employment to try their hands in farming. So far, they've been doing an amazing job.
And apart from farming, these two ladies help each other run a pharmacy and clinic.
So, we've come to where farming and pharmacy is done for healthy living.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Grace? No.
Rose?
No.
Oh, where
are they? They're inside. Should I call them?
Oh, sure.
Please. Rose. Grace.
Hello.
Hi.
Grace.
I'm Rose.
Rose. Yes. Then you must be Grace.
Definitely.
So the clinic, is it for the community? Or
yes, it's for the community.
Mm-hmm.
We actually thought we should bring it here so that the community can get quality health care at affordable prices.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a good job you're doing. All right. Now let's talk about the Shamba. What is in the Shamba?
Oh, we have many things in the Shamba.
So we have maize, tomatoes, and onions. And currently we are doing chilies for the first time. And we have goats and chicken.
And many challenges come with it, you know. The armyworms with the maize. And then the tomatoes can be quite tricky with some of the diseases that they get. And then, of course, we have the major challenge of water. This is Machakos. Excellent soil, but water is a big challenge.
Okay. Right. Quite a few challenges there, but nothing that we can't manage. So we'll see what to do about it. But in the meantime, you'll kindly allow us to go pitch our tent, because we have a lot of work to do. Then we'll meet you later.
Yes.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
That's okay.
All right.
Good job. Good job.
Okay.
All right.
I must say I've been fortunate with the fact that the clinic I run is just here on the farm. But I do believe, as a farmer, you need to be near your farm. You need to inspect your crops. And it's a good thing, because if you have two passions, to serve community and also provide well-grown crops, I would advise you can do it.
Climate change has affected mango farmers in the region. Farmers are struggling to sell their mangoes because many are affected by pests and diseases. With warmer weather, we'll see more of this. What's more, the growing seasons keep changing, so farmers cannot plan as they used to. Mango is the main crop in this area, and without stable markets, farmers have been counting losses. Rose,
Yes?
how long have you been growing mangoes?
These mangoes have been here for a long time. That's why they are mature, but we've been managing them for the last 4 years.
Wow!
Yes.
In the 4 years that you've been managing your mango crop, what are the main challenges that you have been facing as a farmer?
It's the diseases due to climate change. This is what is called mite. Most of it was brought in because when the mangoes were nearly mature, it rained. So that becomes a challenge because you can't spray. But we've been able to harvest quite good ones, The rain seasons are not predictable at all, because like the whole of last year, there wasn't a lot of rain. The rain came in at a strange time, towards the end of November, and even December, there was rain. And that is the time we normally harvest the mangoes.
So the harvesting seasons are changing.
They're changing. Everything is changing.
What steps are you taking to adapt to the climate change?
So on this farm, what we've done, we have terraced so that when it rains, we can trap water for the mangoes. We've also practiced mulching, which retains water, and we harvest water from all the roofs.
Not a single drop gets lost.
We try and harvest it all so that we can also be able to irrigate.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about crop rotation?
It's very important to do crop rotation. When you rotate the crops, then the crops can adapt better because different crops are attacked by different pests.
And drought resistant?
Here, fruits do very well. So the more fruits you have, the better.
It's also a good idea to use fruit fly traps on your mango tree if they have been affected by fruit flies.
And also when you have to plant other things like maize, buy the maize that is recommended for your area, not just anything. Yes.
Rose really knows her stuff. She's already doing so much to adapt to climate change. Rose mentioned a few principles from conservation agriculture that she does. Let's hear more from Carol.
Conservation agriculture is a way of farming that keeps nutrients and moisture in your soil. It's also a good way of controlling pests and diseases. The three main principles are minimum tillage, mulching, and crop rotation. With minimum tillage, you only disturb the soil where you will be planting. You can do this with a reaper or using a djembe. The second principle is called mulching. This means that you cover your soil with leftover residues such as leaves or maize stovers. This protects your soil from the hot sun while holding moisture in the ground. The mulch material will break down and add nutrients to your soil. Crop rotation is the third principle. You shouldn't plant the same crop on the same piece of land year after year. Instead, rotate between different crop families each season. If you follow these simple principles, you can be certain of healthier soil and higher yields in the long run.
Okay, mangoes now. Back to the mangoes. How has the market been?
It was difficult in the beginning. You get, all of us have mangoes at the same time. That forced us to join a cooperative here in Kani. And that cooperative has managed over these last few years to get a buyer from the factory nearby to come and pick our mangoes. So that has really, really helped us.
So that the challenge of markets is no longer there?
Not a big issue at all. Not at all. Not at all. If you take care of your mangoes, you can be assured that there will be a buyer.
Wow.
Yes.
So when you come together as a group, a market for mangoes can be quite easy. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
The sisters are passionate about goat farming.
We keep the goats for two reasons. One, for meat, and two, to provide manure for the farm.
They have a goat pen, which is not in the best shape. The team decided to carry out a small makeover on the pen while we move on to see how we can support Grace with her chicken.
Grace and her sister Rose have been keeping kienyeji chicken, and now they want to add more to boost their business. But first, they need to work out the costs involved in keeping them, so they can be sure their business succeeds. Cecilia, a financial expert, is here to explain how to plan for chicken feeds. What's the first thing they need to do?
First, we have to ensure we have enough space. Since they are kienyeji chicken, they need to move a lot. Then we have a well-kept house, which also needs finances. They are done vaccination on stages. Then feeding. What type of food they need at this stage and how much it costs and where the funds are going to come from.
So, let's see how many 50-kilogram bags are needed to feed 100 chicks in the first 5 months.
For the chick mash, from week 1 to week 6, she'll need 3 bags of the chick mash. And from week 7 to week 17, you'll need 12 bags of growers. Then from week 17, for a period of 1 month, you will need 7 bags of layers mash. That will give us a total of 22 bags on a roughly estimate 55,000 grace.
Wow.
That's a lot of money. How can a farmer get it?
We can do financing. We give you the 55,000. You go and buy the feeds until you sell your chicken. Or you can go to the agrovet, get an invoice. Then we finance the 55,000. You get your feeds from the agrovet until you sell off your chicken.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which one would you choose?
Oh, the agrovet.
The agrovet.
Let's just get sorted
Why?
right there.
Why?
Because sometimes, the money can come into my hands, then maybe my tomatoes need dawa and I decide, let me buy that dawa. That is not wisdom. So I'd rather just go and collect from the
That is interesting, yes.
from the agrovet for the specific need that I have.
I love that. So Grace, you're comfortable, you now have the money. There is this Kiswahili saying that says kukopa ni harusi, kulipa ni matanga. How are you going to pay this money?
True.
55,000. Cecilia.
We give farmers up to a maximum of 12 months. For the 12 months, you will have paid an interest of 9,900.
Okay.
That gives you to a monthly payment of 5,550.
Wow. So my
On a
birds had
monthly
better
basis.
lay their eggs.
Yes. You can also break that on a daily basis. We'll have to do 182 shillings. Yes.
Because I like it when you break it down to a day rate, because then I can
Yes.
see every day when I get my eggs, how much of it do I need to put aside to be able to pay you back.
Yes, that is now where you have to do proper recording. Yeah.
And when do I start paying you?
Now we give you a 1 month grace period. After the 1 month, the second month you start paying the loan.
Okay.
Kienyeji chicken will only start laying eggs after 21 weeks. That's why it's important that a farmer taking a loan of this size has other activities that can support paying back the loan before you can get your first egg. About 60 of your 100 chickens will give you an egg a day, which can be sold at 12 shillings per egg. 60 times 12 shillings gives Rose 720 shillings per day. That's 21,600 shillings per month. Minus the 5,500 shillings she'll have to pay back for her loan, Rose will be making over 16,000 shillings from selling her eggs every month for 2 years. Once she's paid off her loan, that income goes right up to 21,600 shillings. Not bad. Let's go have a look at Rose's chicken house. It's looking all right. The airflow is good. The only thing needed here is enough feeders and drinkers so that the chicks don't have to fight over food and water. She'll need 4 feeders and 4 drinkers per 100 birds. With the right amount of feed, she'll be sure to get healthy birds. Point to note. Other than giving your kienyeji chicken the mash, it's also important that you give them vegetables. Simply give them sukuma wiki, spinach, and any other food remains that come from your kitchen. For more information on this, kindly get in touch with us on Shamba on the number 0711 082606. Rose!
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Tony, what are you doing here? I thought you're supposed to be getting markets for Rose's mangoes.
Aren't you supposed to be helping Rachel with the chicken feeds?
No, I came for a checkup. You know, it's always very important to have regular checkups.
Good. Coming up after the break, we are going to find out how fall armyworm can be controlled.
And also how insurance can help farmers.
Welcome back.
To Shamba Shape Up.
We are visiting Rose and Grace, who are balancing farming and pharmacy.
We have seen how farmers can manage their mangoes to get better markets and how to plan for chicken feeds. But we also want to find out how fall armyworm can be controlled and how Maize Insurance can help farmers. Now that we are fit to work,
Let's get back to work. Hey!
Hey, Tony, what's happening? Are we shifting?
No, Carol, we are not. It's too hot to stay inside the tent. I decided to come out here for the breeze. You know, we could do with some rain.
I totally understand that.
I wonder if the whole country is this hot.
Let's check it out on the weather forecast.
Welcome to the Shamba Shape-Up Farming News for Kenya. In the coming week, we expect moderate to heavy amount of rainfall across Kenya. North, northeastern, all the way to the coastal region, Mandera, Wajir to Mombasa and Kilifi will see little to moderate amount of rainfall ranging from 5 to 50 millimeters. Some areas in this region like Kwale and Taita Taveta will receive high rainfall of up to 75 millimeters and above. Some parts of Turkana will see little to moderate amount of rainfall ranging from 15 to 50 millimeters. We expect rainfall of between 15 to 50 millimeters in Marsabit, Isiolo and Tana River, with Samburu getting rainfall ranging from 25 millimeters to as high as 275 millimeters. The Mount Kenya region, including Tharaka and Meru, expects very high rainfall of about 275 millimeters. Lower Eastern Kenya, including Machakos, Makueni, parts of Kitui, running into parts of Kajiado, expects rainfall of not more than 50 millimeters. Central region counties such as Laikipia, Nyandarua, Murang'a, Kirinyaga, Nyeri and Embu expect high rainfall of up to 275 millimeters. Nairobi and Kiambu will also get high rainfall of up to 275 millimeters. North Rift, Central Rift and South Rift Valley will receive very high rainfall of up to 275 millimeters. This includes West Pokot, Uasin Gishu, Nandi, Baringo, Nakuru and Bomet. Western and Nyanza region also expects high rainfall of up to 275 millimeters. This includes Bungoma, Kakamega, Siaya, Homa Bay, Kisii and Nyamira. Farmers, there will be enough rain for all crops planted to germinate in central Kenya. Check your farm to see that all seeds planted have germinated and replace where they did not. Continue with removal of sand and all kinds of dirt from dams and water holes if you are in the northern counties that are expecting rains. If it is raining in your area, harvest water as it can be useful to your farm. For more information, get in touch with iShamba on 0711 082 606. I am Brenda. See you next week on the Shamba Shape-Up Farming News for Kenya.
The goat house is ready. Let's see what Rose and Grace think of it.
Very nice.
Grace and Rose, look at that.
Wow.
Wow.
You like it?
Fantastic.
I'm sure the goats will be very happy.
By
So
far.
now you're on your way to becoming a very successful goat farmer.
Sure.
Yes.
More meat?
Sure. More meat.
Namachoma?
Yes.
Good. Nice.
All right, good. Come with us. Come with us.
Let's-
Moving on swiftly to the next shape up. Rose has been planting maize, but they have challenges with
Has
fall
damaged
armyworm.
my crop, not only this season, but even in the previous season. Yes. You go in the morning, you find the leaves have holes, and in the middle, you find it looks like it's rotting. Yeah, and it doesn't develop further, even if you spray.
We all eat a lot of maize. I really like a good ugali. So, when the fall armyworm attacks the maize, it means less food on the table. The solution is to prevent and control fall armyworm by spraying early so that the worm cannot survive. That's why today we have Duncan from Syngenta to advise Rose on what to do so that fall armyworm doesn't destroy her maize
Fall armyworm is a
next
serious
season.
pest for maize. It can wipe your field within a few days.
Yes.
So this is a caterpillar that will attack your crop. It will feed on the first leaves that are developing for the maize. The fall armyworm will infest your crop as early as 2 weeks old after germination. So the farmer needs also to come very early to control the fall armyworm as early as possible. Remember, fall armyworm, they are active at night. And to get them, you will find the activity happening early in the morning or late in the evening. And that's the time you should spray. Something to note, the fall armyworm will appear in your farm as early as 2 weeks after germination. So the farmer should know the moment you plant the maize, you are expecting fall armyworm will come. So how you do it, it's preventing the fall armyworm from investing your field to an extent. By the time you are coming to do the spray, you must have lost a number of your crop.
So Rose, when you spotted the fall armyworm in your maize, what did you do? What action did you take?
I went and bought some dawa.
Yes.
And we came and sprayed.
Aha.
However, I still find that I lose maize.
Mm-hmm. Duncan, when a farmer spots the fall armyworm in the maize, what should they do?
We have two products that are very effective on fall armyworm. We have a product by the name Mulch. It's an insecticide able to control the eggs laid by the fall armyworm moth, so the eggs will not hatch to the larva stage or the worm, which is the most destructive. So basically for this case, immediately you plant your maize, 2 weeks after germination, you need to do the first application. That means that the crop is still young and follow-arm infestation has not occurred. So you are protecting your crop against the follow-arm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mix 25 milliliters of mulch in 20 liters of water and apply it on your crop 2 weeks after it has germinated. That's about 3 weeks after planting.
So when now we spray at 2 weeks, it's like we are preventing.
Yes.
The chance.
And prevention is better than cure, remember that. Yes. Okay. So you don't have to use a lot of pesticide in this case, and also that means that your cost of production will go low.
Mm-hmm. Scout regularly. If you still see signs of fall armyworm, apply Volium
So there is another
Talgo.
product by the name Volium Talgo. 2 weeks later after doing the first application of Mulch, you'll come with Volium Talgo, also able to control. The reason why you are coming with these two products is because the life cycle of the fall armyworm, it only takes 35 days. So basically you may hit the first generation and the second generation will be coming. So you have to protect your crop. And by this time, your crop is about 1 month old. So it's basically almost 1 meter old past your knee high in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mix 20 milliliters in 20 liters of water and spray it on top and below the leaves. This should be 2 to 3 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions?
I was just wondering, do you ever eradicate? Or every season there's a possibility you will get fall armyworms?
Fall armyworm is here to stay. It's part of us, it's part of the life cycle. So the moment the maize plant is there, they will just come and invade your crop. So that's why we are saying they come as early as 2 weeks after germination. Because in terms of prevalence, the pests prefer maize crop than any other crop.
Remember, prevention is better than cure. For a pest like fall armyworm that comes in every year, it's a good idea to apply a pesticide 2 weeks after the crop has germinated.
That I found very exciting because that is a pest that has troubled me over the last few seasons.
Farmers in Kenya have been affected by climate change and a rise in pests and diseases. Insuring your crops for unseen events can help you bounce back when crops fail. Today we have Lillian from Acre Africa to come and talk about insurance for
You've
crops.
heard of insurance?
Yes, I have.
Which kind of insurance?
Medical insurance or even insurance for vehicles. Yes, stuff like that.
What happens when you say you're taking an insurance, or a medical insurance or a motor vehicle insurance?
I think I'm just insuring against the risk that I could either get sick or I could get hit by someone or I could hit someone else. Then I have insurance, then I don't have to think about having money right now.
How does it feel when you have that kind of insurance?
Gives me peace of mind because I know in case anything happens, then I have nothing to worry about. I'll either just call the insurance company, they send someone, or if I have to take my child to hospital, I'll just take them to hospital. I don't have to think about if I have any money with me or not.
So have you heard of crop insurance?
Yes, I have.
What have you heard about it?
I think a couple of years back, just because of what we're doing here at the farm, we tried to engage a few companies to see what options are available. Unfortunately, I must say it was a disappointing experience. Yeah.
So, Lillian, what is crop insurance?
Crop insurance is basically a cover that is taken against risks that are associated with uncertain circumstances.
You can insure your crops against weather-related risks. That is, too much rain at once Oh,
just
too
like the
little
other
rain.
insurance covers that you've been taking, it gives you peace of mind.
Okay. Like I said before, I had such a bad experience working into an insurance company, and I definitely don't want to do that again. So what is Eka Africa presenting that's different from that?
So at Eka Africa, we have all these digital platforms that allow you to self-onboard. So basically you dial a USSD code and you're able to choose the crop that you want to insure, the amount you want to insure. Do you want to insure against drought? Do you want to insure against excessive rainfall or floods?
Okay.
So it's really straightforward. You don't need to really go to an insurance firm where you're asked about your history and all these things that you don't have. You can do it at the comfort of your home.
Okay. What are we looking at in terms of premiums though?
So we have premium rates that range from 50 shillings all the way to 1,000 Kenyan shillings. So remember, we are targeting both smallholder farmers and large-scale farmers.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's say Grace pays 500 shillings to insure 1 acre of maize against lack of rain. If she only gets half of the rain she needs and loses half of her crop, she'll be paid back 2,500 shillings
So there are
from the
farmers
insurer.
who, after taking an insurance, will just sit back, relax and wait. I mean, I've taken an insurance against my crops. I don't really need to do my spraying. I do not need to vaccinate my chicken, you know. I do not even take care of my mangoes. How would you know that this farmer was following strictly what they're supposed to do, following the good agricultural practices, such that if something goes wrong, it's a genuine case?
We train the farmers on good agricultural practices. So you also have to play your part, you know, do these good agricultural practices, spray your farms, so that at the end of it, you're able to get, you're able to recover from any risk that occurs.
Some people believe that it's a saving investment. So they expect it to multiply.
At Eka Africa, we are really trying to sensitize our farmers against such ideas. Insurance is not an investment. Insurance is just a safety net. In case of a disaster, you get paid. In case that disaster doesn't happen, you really don't get paid. Yes.
When I pay your premium, sorry, I'm going back there.
Yeah,
When I
money.
pay your premium, is that for just a season? Is it for a year?
So we usually look at it seasonally. You take up that cover at the point where you're sowing your seed. Yes. So anytime you're going to sow your seed, you pay for the premium to get a coverage against the different events.
Okay.
So in case it's twice, if you sow twice during the year, you take it twice.
We were looking at crop insurance at the very beginning, and it was a challenge. But when speaking to the expert this time round, I realized that there are more options available, and it's not as expensive. But then again, you need to ask yourself what it is that you want to be insured.
What I like about Shamba Shape Up is the fact that they focus on the challenges that farmers face. So for farmers, I think it's a good channel to watch.
So Grace,
Yes.
how did you find the Shape Up?
Oh, very nice. A lot of information shared, so thank you very much.
Rose?
I'm happy you came, and may you come again.
For the mangoes, I'll come again.
So you are happy?
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
So Tony, if our farmers are happy, then our work here is done.
Yes.
And we see you in the next
Shamba!